They're getting ready to spend at least $60 million just on voice actors alone for Frozen 3 and 4. It might go even higher. $100 million or more? Is it now absolutely unaffordable? And what will shareholders, investors say to Disney as Idina Menzel and her cohorts get a whole lot of cash? Today we'll tell you whether or not Disney should let it go and do something completely different to save their animation costs. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful day it is every time you come our way. We appreciate you. Click that like button, drop a comment down below, and let us know if Frozen has to make $1 billion to break even. Frozen 3 and 4, can it do it? Will it do it? Should Disney go through with it? We'd love to hear from you. We'll dive in. We've got the frosty, chilling numbers that investors need to know. All right, folks, take a look at this. It's out of screen time, and well, let's just say they're having a good time, the actors behind Frozen, but don't let this fool you. It's not nearly the story they might want you to believe. Kristen Bell, Idina Menzel, and Josh Gad have all signed deals to earn over $60 million each to return for Frozen 3 and Frozen 4. One of the biggest deals in animation history. Now, we've been saying that the spend is not there for movies anymore, that they're pulling back, right? Companies like Disney are going to be spending on live sports. So why $60 million each? That's insane. It's crazy, especially when you consider that we're in the era now of AI, and for a very low price. And you might say that's not nice to do this and you don't want to see it done. You want, by golly, human actors. But investors might say otherwise. They may say, why are we spending $60 million when we could spend $6,000 to have an AI voice, maybe not for Frozen, but for future IPs? Why are we spending $60 million? And at first you say, well, because it's humans, darn it. But, it's the price tag, right? $60 million. Well, what if I told you that price tag's not really that crazy if we divide this out the way that it needs to go? And then I'm going to tell you why they're spending it this way. Get ready. Fandom Wire has this. It's back from 2024. Moana 2 budget and cast salary. Forget Dwayne Johnson. His daughters will carry home a massive paycheck. What a silly headline. Okay, that they made $1,000 each, the little girls. Jasmine and Tiana made $1,100. Good for them. Yay. Okay. Real stories down here. Sure, that might not compare to their dad's hefty $20 million salary. Maui was in this movie for like 20 minutes. He made $1 million a minute. $20 million paid to The Rock for being in Moana 2, according to Fandom Wire. All right, go back to this now. Everybody ready? They're in 2 movies, and I'll guarantee you that there are little spin-offs and shorts and all that kind of stuff that they're going to be paid for. Okay, video games, whatever. It's a singular contract, but it covers at least 2 films and probably much more. They're getting paid $30 million a movie, but with the other stuff, which is basically right in line with what The Rock was paid. Now, here's where we need to have a discussion about this, because we are getting to the point, and we've never had this in human history before, where you don't have to have voice actors. I'm not telling you that I want that to be the future. I'm telling you that investors are going to start saying, why are we spending this way when we don't have to spend all this money? We can just, heck, we'll get 11 labs to do it. And my answer to that is, I think that humans are becoming more and more important. Obviously, the obvious statement of the day. But I think that as we get into the age of AI and stuff that's synthetic and, you can't tell what's real and what's not real, having real celebrities behind something that you can attach to, because it's either them or the artists. And the artists, we know they're pretty strange at Disney these days. But having Idina Menzel be able to go out there and sit down for the talk shows and go on the tour, I believe that's what the money's being paid for. Right? It's the consistency between the movies, but it's having real people that people can associate this with and have an emotional connection with, Jonas. I think that's what this money's going for at this point, because otherwise you just can't justify this in any way, even though it's in line with what Disney paid for The Rock to be in Moana 2.
Yeah.
$30 million to sing a few songs and do, however much recording you got to do for this. pretty astounding numbers.
Yeah. So let's just put this in a frame of reference.
Please.
An animated movie should cost $150 million. You can argue a little bit about that price going up, maybe with inflation, but also they should have the tools that they can reduce that budget at the same time. Disney is union, at least in Burbank, and so, maybe too sad, so sad. But these movies should cost $150 million to make. The Rock being paid $20 million, that was most likely so that they could have The Rock market the film as if it is a film with The Rock in it, because that is the thing that he does better than acting. And that's, take from that statement what you will. I think we all know that it's true. He's a better promoter than he is an actor, because that's what he's done for his entire career as a wrestler and as a hype man. I like the guy, but he's not out there doing Laurence Olivier kind of stuff. He's out there to make people swoon and go, oh, look, it's the huge guy, it's the wrestler, do you smell what he's cooking, whatever. That $20 million is also to say to people, we promise you, despite it being false, that this is just as good as the original. With Frozen 3 and Frozen 4, they know that everyone's going, okay, well, the sequel cash grab accusation is strong on this one. So they're essentially paying $90 million per movie. They are adding, let's be generous and say more than 50% of the budget is going towards making sure that people know we have the same people. It will be the same as the first two, despite the second one really not being as good and being woke nonsense about colonialism and inherited oppression or something weird like that. It's the same thing with RDJ and them cashing in every single contract that they have left on Avengers Doomsday, Secret Wars, Avengers Forever, whatever it ends up being. They are trying to say, we promise you all the feelings that you had in the past, you will have them again if you please just spend money on this product and don't think too hard about the lack of quality that they've had over the last few years.
$30 million a piece is, I think, double. I think is what the rep said. I think the original contract was $15 million for Frozen 2, so it's $30 million a piece for all these actors. I mean, Jonas, but
inflation. I mean, how are they going to go to McDonald's on $15 million? Come on.
Well, and that's the thing too, right? So these films aren't getting cheaper; they're getting more expensive. Your average Disney film being around $200 million, like Jonas pointed out there, effectively half of your budget going towards the reactors. You are mandating that these are $300 million films at the minimum. There's just no getting around it. So now your threshold for profitability is $1 billion at least.
So because there's $90 million in each of these films before you ever start anything else. Like it's going to cost 90, and then we know that the production on these things often costs 200 million. So I mean, you're up there. You're already up there. That's a great point. And these are not the only three voice actors. What's the guy who plays the dude in these movies? Who's the dude?
Probably Alan Tudyk. Jonathan Groff. Yeah, Jonathan Groff. Why
is he not on this list? Disney couldn't afford to give him 30s. He's getting 25. Excellent question.
And him and Anna are married in these. I'm also going to point out the Lopez's. I don't know how much they cost, but they're the only reason that anyone saw the original Frozen, because they're a Broadway caliber talent. They're the only reason that anyone talks about the original Frozen, because if they weren't there, it wouldn't matter if you had Idina Menzel. No one is singing the songs from Moana 2, despite the insistence of the Disney company.
So give it a week. It'll happen.
Exactly. Is this proof then that Disney at least recognizes Idina Menzel is worth a lot of money, and maybe this is something Universal should have thought about when they did the Wicked stuff? DH her instead of Cynthia Erivo and $1 just maybe.
I just imagine there's a cry throughout Hollywood, get me Josh Gad, because I mean he is the key to all of this.
Oh boy, he's our new Seth Rogen.
That's right. The thoughts about Dwayne Johnson are on target. He's a really good marketer. He's affable. He knows how to do it more than most stars. But a lot of these other stars, I mean, they'll do the red carpets, they'll do the talk shows. They're fine, but I don't think they have the gravitas or the magnetism to really push it. Also, I don't even think you need to do AI. You're going to tell me you can't find an actor who can do an Olaf-like impression? It seems pretty obvious, although I don't know. Could a Josh Gad sue if they just kind of replaced him for a sound-alike? I don't know.
No,
Here's the other
no,
thing
there's no
is
way.
Josh Gad is quickly becoming the Yvette Nicole Brown of Disney animation here. There's also what's his name? Ratzenberger. I forget which one was the Pope and which one was Cliff Clavin. John Ratzinger, who was on Cheers and then was in all the Pixar films. Mm-hmm. He left. So Pixar lost their lucky charm and they started putting in Alan Tudyk. Well, I don't think Alan Tudyk is a lackey in the same way that Josh Gad is. Josh Gad, you know, he does promotion for them on things that don't even necessarily need promotion. He did a Haunted Mansion thing for Disney's social medias recently. I think he loves what he does there. He's in the same stable as John Stamos, who I like John Stamos more than I like Josh Gad. I'm just going to make that clear if you happen to be listening, Jesse. But Josh Gad wants to be a Disney guy through and through. He's in Zootopia. And I'm also pointing out Zootopia 2 right now is going heavy on this idea of, well, all of these people, they're going to have cameos in Zootopia 2.
I want to be a Disney guy too. Heck, let's all join in for 30 million a pop.
But they used to have actors that were completely in the bag. And look, I'm gonna point one out that you guys are forgetting, who Disney basically destroyed because of some political garbage, and that's Johnny Depp. They had a guy in the bag for them for, you know, his character of a pirate. He had a pirate in a box that he took everywhere with him, so he could appear at hospitals and other places to entertain children, including theme parks. And they kicked Johnny Depp in the teeth because of some other crazy person that they decided, you know, was more politically expedient to support. Disney is always destroying free publicity and the people who are willing to do it for them. This isn't a new phenomena. And what's funny is the free publicity that they get isn't always valuable. Because I'm going to tell you, I don't think Josh Gad is valuable.
Well, some people are worth melting for, but John Ratzenberger, by the way, going to be in... see there, he's going to be in Brad Bird and John Lasseter's Ray Gun with Skydance Animations. Check that out. But I this doesn't make any sense. I don't. Obviously, Frozen is a big property for Disney, and they bet big on it when it comes to theme parks, especially the international theme parks, putting in lands in both Hong Kong, Paris, and Tokyo. But I just 60 million apiece between two films is crazy. That's insane. When Hollywood budgets are Hollywood box office is heading in the wrong direction.
Well, one would suspect that voice talent alone, if it's just those three, surely it's getting close to 100 million. So okay, Nat, I want to ask you a question about that though, because Toy Story 5 is coming out, and there's a very interesting thing happening, and that is that a lot of the original actors who played these characters in Toy Story are gone. They've passed away. So, for example, you've got Mr. Potato Head, you know, no longer the voice actor is no longer there anymore. Don Rickles has passed away. You've got the guy who played Ernest, Jim Varney, passed away, no longer Slinky Dog. And I don't know what the rules might be for a movie like Toy Story. I can't imagine anybody but Don Rickles playing the potato, the Spud. Do you do an AI then that costs you nothing? And is that the slow phase in of people saying, no, I want my character to sound just like it always has. Don't cast somebody new. I don't know the answer to that. I know what shareholders would say. Shareholders would say, screw paying, 10, 20, $30 million. We'll spend 10, please. Thank you so much.
And I think they can start to and want to rely on AI, but we also saw with the original 90s, 80s movies, when there were sequels or prequels or whatever, usually the actual voice actors that did the first one sometimes didn't do the second ones. And there was this mishmash and switching of people around. Now they have the option of AI, but also with Frozen, it's their golden child and has been for so long that they put it all over the place and everything's Frozen and has been for 10 plus years. So I think they see it as their one opportunity to actually do something good that's going to do good because there's that fan base built in. But I mean, they see that price tag on what they're paying the actors. I mean, could it be replaced by AI? Probably.
What do you feel if you're a CGI artist and The voice actor is getting paid $30 million, and you're making, maybe they're not making 300,000, but a year. But there's a huge disparity here, and it's fascinating to see. And the only way I can find to justify it is I truly believe that what they're paying for there is promotion. They're not actually voice artists anymore. I mean, they do their voices, but they're really there to be a human connection for an otherwise animated film.
Do people know these actors though? That's the issue that I have with that theory. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying I don't know if that is Disney's intention. How much they'll get out of 60.
They're trying to do they're trying to make another Jodie Benson, Lea Salonga, Adika Noni Rose. They want the Disney princess legend, and they want the same with Josh Gad. Here they like the people that they can continually, they can create their own controllable person to puppet. Because why are they puppets? Because if they didn't agree with everything that the company was doing, they wouldn't use them anymore.
By the way, I want to get behind the scenes and think, did they offer them $55 million and Josh Gad said, no, I'm worth more than that? Then they went back to the table. Like, how did they get to $60 million? I mean, I'm sorry, Kristen Bell's a really talented actress. I think she's actually underrated. But by golly, that number is so big. And you think, what was the negotiation? Did they just come up with that number, or was there a fight for it? I don't know. I'm not a business guy, but damn.
Well, Disney put themselves in a bad way because they announced 3 and 4 really early on, and then I'm guessing Josh Gad, Kristen Bell, and Idina Menzel got together, sort of like the Friends cast back in the day. It was like, you better pay all of us, or else you get none of us.
Well, they ought to be thanking their lucky stars, and by that I mean Idina, if that's what happened, because she's the one who can command that kind of cash. I don't think the others. If Josh Gad's not Olaf, it'll be okay. Somebody else can play the snowman. I don't think it would affect the movie one way or another. Adina's the one that she's got to be there because she's got to hit the high note. I don't know if she can still hit the high note, but they're going to make her hit that high note. She's going to do it one time in a recording because they're going to use it, baby, and they're going to make a lot of money because K-Pop Demon Hunters is after them, and they don't have EJ yet. And put another one in the can, folks. A video of excellence has been birthed into existence, and you were there to witness it. Thank you for participating. We hope you had a good time. Folks, it's a great time anytime we get to share time with you, and we mean it. The only thing additional we ask, on the way out the door, consider clicking the like button. Share, subscribe, click it and stick it to those pesky algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below, and oh, by the way, if you would be so kind, perhaps share this out on your favorite social media platforms. Folks, we've got all kinds of content coming your way. If you are interested in going even beyond all of that, well, there's a Pro Store, and you can always find those items directly below the video you're watching. The Pro Store, it's a cool place to check out for items that, well, definitely Disney and the rest are not going to sell you, but we're happy to do so. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Jump into the water!
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun. Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.